Counting down now to first pitch in South Florida. Major League Baseball on the show is next. On a humid night for baseball, MLB The Show welcomes you to the Sunshine State. Miami, Florida, the site for this edition of Major League Baseball. We've got a good one on tap here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Florida Marlins. And hi again, everybody, with Dave Campbell and Rex Hudler by my side. Matt Vasgersian getting you set for what should be a good contest. And Soup, let's hand the honors to you first. What are you watching in this one?
Well, one guy you have to factor into the equation is Scott Rowland. Not only has he become one of the best run-producing third basemen of the past decade or so, but he also might be without equal in terms of the glove. He can beat you a lot of different ways.
All right, Dave, more from Rex later, but first it's on to the starting lineups as State Farm shows us the batting order for the visiting Cincinnati Reds. At home or away, State Farm is there. They'll go to work against a guy who punched out 16 batters in one of his 2009 starts, the hard-throwing right-hander Ricky Nolasco. And in the field, the Marlins will align themselves like this. Drew Stubbs makes his way to the plate now as we're just about set for baseball this evening. And underway here this evening as the first pitch is lifted in the air to center field. Maben is there, and it's a first pitch out to start the ball game. Our umpires tonight, there they are, the pride of Novato, California, Clyde Washington behind the plate. Earl Hendricks over at first. Crew Chief Mac Harvey's at the bag at second. And Chuck Price will handle duties at third. Joey Votto will take his first cuts of the ball game here. Here's the first offering. Off the plate and away there, 1 ball, no strikes. Game time temperature tonight, a comfortable 66 degrees at first pitch. Now a swing and a miss, and I don't think he was expecting a pitch inside. It's 1-1.
A little surprising that a curveball could tie him up so badly.
And a good spot for that pitch as it's chopped foul. Now a swing here by Votto as this is sent on the ground out to short. Throw in the dirt, but a good job of staying with it that time as he's retired.
First couple of guys set down here. You'd love to get a 1-2-3 opening frame if you can get it.
So the first two men are set down now for Scott Rowland. Now a swing and a ball grounded foul off to the right side. Now here it comes. And this is high, a ball and a strike. Outside, 2-1.
And now on the mound, you lose the advantage of strike one by missing with 2 straight.
And it misses. 3-1 now.
And you don't want this inning to go any further than this, so I think he'll probably get something to hit here.
Just starting things out here in South Florida. Now the 3-1 pitch. And this one misses high for ball 4, and they have themselves a 2-out base runner.
Yeah, a 2-out walk gets them their first runner here in the first. It looked like he really didn't want to challenge him at all.
So a runner at first with 2 away, and stepping in the dangerous left-handed hitter Jay Bruce. And this is low, ball 1.
And now here's where you really need to make that 2-out walk pay off.
Now a swing and a hard hit ball to short. They'll go the short way to Ugla for the force out, and that'll end the inning. So it's no runs, no base hits, no errors, and 1 man left on. And now the Marlins will have a crack at things. No score. Starting lineup for the Marlins looks like this. Again, courtesy of State Farm. They'll go to work against a guy who finished 2nd in the National League in strikeouts in the 2008 campaign, the hard-throwing right-hander Edinson Volquez. And defensively, you see the Reds line up like this behind him. Getting ready, there you see Chris Coughlin as he'll start things out here in the home first. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
Yeah, good crossfire action on the fastball there.
Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hole, 0-2.
And now I wouldn't be surprised at all to see this next one be a changeup in the dirt.
And maybe an excuse me swing there as this is tapped in front of the mound. And a good throw gets him, 1 gone. With that, we'll take a look at our scouting report. You can see a 5-pitch repertoire, so mixing those pitches effectively will be a key as we move along. The leadoff man retired now for Jorge Cantu. First pitch coming. And this will be fouled away. And here's a pitch high and tight for a ball, 1-1.
And a good pitcher can't be afraid to run that fastball up and in like that.
1 out, nobody on. And this looked to be on the outside corner, but it's called a ball anyway, 2-1.
Hard to make 2 better pitches than that. One that just missed, one that I'm not so sure.
Go Marlins!
And boy, he's just saying, where do I have to put it? 3-1 now.
And a lot of umpires will give you that high strike, but not Clyde Washington.
And he takes a cold strike at the knees, and that'll run things full.
And that's a power fastball right there at 94. He really slings it in there.
Here's the pitch. And he'll fight just to stay alive here as this is fouled away. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
At the very least, they're making him work. 10 pitches so far to the first 2 hitters in the inning, but nothing to show for it.
Hanley Ramirez will be the batter. Swinging a ball hit well to the right side, but this will get into the crowd.
That's foul.
Looked like he lost the handle on a breaking pitch. 1-1.
Boy, keeping this guy off base is going to be a real key to the ball game going forward.
One pitch on the way. 2-1. And Ramirez will just try and work his way aboard here. It's 3-1.
And you got the Big Thunder coming next, so you don't want to lose this guy.
You can do it, Marlins!
And now here's a ball grounded foul over toward third. The 3-2 pitch. And that one's taken outside for a ball. He walked him. So no 1-2-3 inning here. They've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
He looked good in setting down the first 2 guys of the inning, but now we'll see if that 2-out walk comes back to bite him.
So it's a runner at first with 2 gone, and that'll bring in the powerful second baseman, Dan Uggla.
Hit that ball.
In the air to right center. And Bruce will make the catch, and the inning is over. Nothing in the Florida first. We've played an inning in South Florida. No score here on the show. Orlando Cabrera leads things off now in the top half of the second. Now the first pitch. Hard hit towards center. And a base hit there for the Reds, their first of the ball game.
Right out of the windup and right into the stretch on the first pitch of the second. I guarantee you that's not what he had in mind when he was throwing his warm-up pitches.
Ramon Hernandez digs in at the plate. Now a ball grounded foul over toward the coaching box.
Ball.
swing and a ball lined hard towards short. And that's in there. Base hit.
Back-to-back singles here to start their half of the second. And now the bottom part of the order will have a chance to push across the first run of the ball game.
Aaron Miles will get his first opportunity now. Out in front a bit as this is pulled down the line to first. And past the diving infielder, that's a base hit. And the run is in to score to make this a 1-0 ball game.
He's going to turn on this pitch. Have a look. Pulls it right down the right field line and glides in with a double.
Lance Nix will step in with a couple of guys in scoring position and a chance to pad this lead a bit early on. And he'll go the other way with the fastball as this is on the ground to third. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Thought he might have had a shot to score, but he took the safe route and hung on at third.
Edinson Volquez will be the batter. Now here's the first pitch. And he takes ball 1.
Just 1 RBI for him on the year, but he's got a chance to help himself out here.
Shut him down now.
And he watches one split the middle here, 1-1.
And you still need the double play ball, but no way do you even think about intentionally walking the pitcher.
Now a ball pulled hard but fouled off to the left. And this is on the ground toward the hole. On to first, and there are 2 down.
Another run in to score on the ground out, so he does his job there and makes this a 2-0 ball game.
Drew Stubbs will try it again. He flew out his first time. Swing and a miss that time. Strike 1. Now a ball slapped hard the opposite way. Ross is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. On now to the bottom of the second. Reds lead this one 2-0. Cody Ross will start things off in the bottom of the second. And waiting for him to call a strike, but he never did. It's 1-0.
And I think he just got a gift call right there to begin the at-bat. That should have been a strike.
And he misses low with it, 2-0. fouled back. Swinging a line drive to left. And it was sinking on him a bit, but he's able to run it down anyway for the first out.
Still can't find that first hit. This ball certainly hit hard enough, but maybe too hard as it finds the outfielder's glove.
John Baker steps in now. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. Take something off there as this is skied out to fairly deep center field. There to take this one in is Stubbs, and that becomes out number 2.
Well, he's pitching to contact there. He's not trying for the swing through. They want him to hit this ball, and he obliges with a routine fly to center.
Wes Helms will take his cuts now. Hit hard but foul. Fastball that time is nowhere close, and it's even at 1-1.
Yeah, Marlins!
And he misses 2-1.
Boy, he might be saving that slider again until he gets to 2 strikes.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And this pitch is hit hard as it'll fall into right field for their first hit of the ball game.
Well, he's been a little slow out of the blocks here to start the season, but that looks a little better there as this is a sharp base hit.
Cameron Maben will get his first cuts here. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1.
Yeah, and sometimes the tide of an at-bat hinges on an umpire's call. We could easily be 0-1 right now.
Now it's 2-0.
And let's see if he makes him throw a strike here.
And here's a fastball for a strike. 2-1 now.
And with the pitcher on deck, you'd love to get this guy here and make the pitcher lead off the third.
Got him to swing under that one. It's 2-2.
Yeah, and that fastball showing plenty of life to it in these first couple of innings.
Go yard!
2-2 pitch on the way. Now a fastball swung on and missed, and that is out number 3. Marlins leave 1. They're still down. It's 2-0.
Leading it off.
Joey Votto is ready to go here as we begin the 3rd. Low for ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. And that misses. 2-0.
And he's had a pretty good look at those first 2 pitches. Be aware, 2-0.
Swing and a ball hit to the left side, and this is going to wind up a souvenir. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2.
And now you got to get inside a pitcher's head. What's he going to come with on 2-2?
Strike!
Here's the 2-2 offering. Now a swing and a ground ball back up the middle. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the 3rd. So 1 gone in the inning now for Scott Rowland. First pitch on the way. Good zip to the fastball there by Nolasco, and it's 0-1.
And a wry smile there. He knew he had a good pitch to hit.
And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1.
And that's what that four-seamer will do. It has a tendency to really rise at the end.
And he lays off for a ball. 2-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Ready with the 2-1. Can't find the zone there, and it's 3-1.
And this is a guy that walked in his first at-bat as well, so he's showing some good plate discipline so far.
Late on the fastball there as this one skied out towards straightaway right. Ross is over just a few steps to his left as he takes it for out number 2.
And sometimes early in the ball game, you don't want to walk somebody. You just go ahead and lay one in there and give it a shot. Got him to fly out there.
Bases empty, 2 gone now, and here's Jay Bruce. And the pitch. Right there for strike one.
Just a perfect spot for that fastball.
Knock it out of here.
2 out, nobody on. Out in front as he yanks this down the line at first. But this will get foul for strike two. The pitch. Hit hard but foul to the left, and they'll try it again. And a curveball swung on and missed, and a great call there as the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Reds, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Ricky Nolasco makes his way to the plate to get us started here in the bottom of inning number 3.
Hit that ball.
And a fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Fastball swung on and hit to second. And Miles will throw on to first, and there's out number 1. Leadoff man retired. Here's the left fielder, Chris Coughlin. Ball hit on the first pitch out to Miles at second. Throw gets him, 2 down. And so 2 are gone now for Jorge Cantu. Pitch is in the air out toward right field. Bruce is there, and it's a very quick inning as the side is retired. 4 pitches, all it takes to do in the Marlins. They trail it here 2-0. Orlando Cabrera will stand in now to get us going here in the 4th. Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
And these guys have been very patient with that slider away. They have not chased very often.
The next pitch. And a foul ball straight back. One pitch is a curveball just off the black. 2-1 now. Ball hit high to the right side, but this will get into the seats. Foul. And a strike 3 here, but now the ball gets away. Throw on to first is in time to get him, so that'll go down as a strikeout and a 2-3 putout for out number 1. So after getting the strikeout on the fastball, not a bad time to check out our pitch speed comparison for our two starters. Both guys pretty close, top speeds of 95 and 94. So one away now as that brings up the catcher, Ramon Hernandez. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes.
Don't give it to him.
And this one misses as well. 2-0 now to Ramon.
And let's see if he goes to his comfort zone now. That fastball down and away.
Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul.
That's a foul.
The 2-1. Inside for a ball as he falls behind to him here, 3-1. Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back. And that misses for ball 4.
Yeah, Matt, he made him throw a lot of pitches. That was a great at-bat.
Aaron Miles will stand in. An RBI double to his credit the first time around. First pitch coming. In there, no balls and a strike.
Whoa, he may not see one better than that.
Runners off for second. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Pause, now the pitch. And he reaches out for one and may have chased it as this is skied into the air to straightaway center. Maben there to put it away for out number 2. Lance Nix will stand in. He grounded out his first time. And here's the first pitch. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball.
And no threat to run over there at first, so with 2 away, you can focus all your energy squarely on this guy.
And that one misses upstairs, 2-0.
And you've got the pitcher on deck, so if you lose this guy, it's okay.
And a good eye that time to lay off the fastball. It's 3-0.
And you're close to putting yourself in a position where you'd have to face the pitcher, and that impacts the next inning.
The 3-0 pitch. In there, 3-1.
And now if you can get this guy here, you'll be in a position where you'll have the pitcher leading off in the top of the 5th.
2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors in the game for Cincinnati thus far. And that's swung on and fouled straight back. Full count offering on its way. And this is hit to the right side, but it'll wind up foul down the line at first. And now he turns on a fastball here and sends it to fairly deep right field. Ross will get under it, though, and he puts it away to retire the side. 1 left for Cincinnati as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Time for scores from around the National League on a Monday night, presented by the National Baseball Hall of Fame. Hanley Ramirez will stand in. He drew base on balls his first time. Here's the first offering. Swing, and he takes this the other way to right. And that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning.
Well, they really haven't been able to ruffle his feathers too much to this point, but a first pitch single here to begin the inning will at least put him into a stretch right away.
Dan Ugla will dig in here. He flew out his first time around. Now a throw over, a dive, but he's back. Too low, 1-0. Big swing and a miss at the changeup, a ball and a strike.
He needs to stay back and let that pitch come to him.
Throw over to first. Runner back safely. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. On at first is Ramirez with nobody out. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
And here you go, one more time. You keep making quality pitches, you'll keep getting quality outs. That pitch right there on the outside corner, there's just not a whole lot you could do with that pitch.
Cody Ross will stand in. A line-out victim his first time. First pitch coming. And he gets under this one as the ball is skied into very shallow right. And that's going to fall. A base hit. And he'll make it over to third base safely, so that puts runners at the corners with only one gone.
Well, this pitch here is up, and he's probably lucky that it resulted in just a single. However, I'll tell you what, if he leaves any more pitches there, this game could get away from him in a hurry.
John Baker will try it again. He flew out his first time. And that misses for ball one.
Gotta at least be thinking sac fly here if you're at the plate.
Now he turns on one and rips it down the line, but a foul ball, 1-1. And he takes ball two, and it's 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Now a bullet to first. But this is speared by the first baseman. So no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We played 4 full. It's the Reds 2 and the Marlins nothing. Edinson Volquez will make his way towards the box to lead off the 5th. Nowhere close with the fastball to begin the at-bat. It's ball one.
And here in April, guys' arms still aren't 100% stretched out, so we'll see how long it goes before that bullpen gets active.
Here's a swing and a miss, 1-1.
And you can sit on the slider and hope he leaves one up in the zone, but when it's down there, it is awfully tough to get the barrel on.
One on the way. Now ball hit toward third, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
And he's able to retire his opposite number there, as these two guys have pretty much matched each other pitch for pitch so far.
One gone now for the center fielder, Drew Stubbs. Now here's the first pitch. And a ball, 1-0.
Got to look to try and slap that thing the other way.
And 2-0 now as this misses below the knees.
And you certainly want to make sure you throw strikes to this guy because he'll steal you blind if you give him a free pass.
Two and one now.
And he's taking a little off from his top speed. Just need to get one over.
Breaking ball misses here, and he falls behind now to 3-1.
And if they walk him, you can bet he's going to want to run.
Let's go, Marlins!
And now here's a ball hit pretty well out toward right center field. Ross is over to his right as he puts this one away, 2 down. Joey Votto will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Now a fastball runs inside and drills him. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Well, and this always raises the eyebrows a little bit when you hit a guy like this with the first pitch. Let's hope this doesn't go any further than this.
Scott Rowland will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Fastball swung on and hit on the ground at third. Barehanded. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first. And he continues to hit the ball well, as that'll push his hitting streak up to 7 games now. Jay Bruce will dig in. 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one.
And now the Marlins bullpen will swing into action as a lefty and a right-hander start to get loose.
And he lays off there, 1-0.
He's gone from throwing nice and easy to now he's having a little trouble finding that rhythm.
And he comes back with one in there for a high strike.
And it's imperative that you get a good jump out there at second right now, and first for that matter.
And a swing and a ball hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Pretty well hit deep down the line in right, but that's back into the seats, foul. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes the count now.
And as my old colleague likes to say, deuce is wild, 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-2 count.
Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
Oh, and you just hate to see a good game turn into this. Things are definitely starting to get a little testy down there.
Orlando Cabrera will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. First offering on the way. Now a ball hit in the air, and this looks like it'll get him out of it. Maben is there as he makes the catch, and they'll tightrope out of danger as he strands the bases loaded. 3 left for Cincinnati, but they're on top 2-0. Wes Helms will dig in. He singled his first time around. Here's a cold strike about thigh high, 0-1.
And I can guarantee these guys would love to get a little spark here from the bottom of the order.
Sticks with the fastball here as he forges ahead 0-2.
And he's done everything right on the mound so far. The mistakes have been almost non-existent.
And he misses there, 1-2.
And if you throw enough fastballs in succession, guys are going to time it, so be careful.
Now a swing and a ground ball out to Roland at third base. Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other, one away.
Well, it's only April, but he's looking like he's in mid-season form out there right now. His location has been spot on so far.
So one away now, and here's Cameron Maben. On the ground down the first base line. And Votto will take this one to the bag himself for the out. Gabby Sanchez has moved into the on-deck circle now, so that'll signify the end for Ricky Nolasco. Ball one.
And here's a spot off the bench where all you want to do is just to try to get something started.
Here's the 1-0. And this one's down the middle, a ball and a strike. And he takes one off the inside corner for ball two.
And this crowd's fallen into a bit of a lull here in the middle innings.
And he hits the corner with that one, 2-2.
And he's close to hanging another zero here.
This one sinks low and a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
And this is not the guy you want to lose.
Come on, Christian.
Full count pitch on its way. Swing and a miss, so the pinch hitter is retired. Florida down in order. They're down 2-0. Dan Meyer is out from the bullpen now as he'll be making his first appearance of this young season. Ramon Hernandez will stand in. Base on balls his last time. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here, 0-1.
Good late break there. Good pitch to get ahead on.
And a pretty feeble effort that time as this is tapped in front of the mound. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the sixth.
And that's one of the traps you fall into when you take that first pitch strike. It seems like you're always battling uphill. So now he chases out of the zone, and it's a waste of an at-bat.
Aaron Miles will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame.
Hey, we're going to get you today, Miles.
Down the line, but this is a foul ball. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. And a little battle brewing here as he fights off the 2-strike pitch and chops it foul.
2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors in the game for Cincinnati thus far.
And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2.
And here's where he likes to bust guys in with that slider. That could be coming next.
Off the plate that time and a little high. It's even at 2-2.
And it's pretty clear they've decided to work him up in the zone here as they've gone up with the last 3 pitches.
And this is swung out and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th inning.
And I'll tell you what, with the 8th place hitter due up, you love to get a 1-2-3 here and force that pitcher to lead off the following inning.
Lance Nix will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. In there, and it's even at 1.
And maybe you work around this guy because with the shutout going, the pitcher on deck almost certainly will be hitting.
The 1-1 coming to Nix.
And this one's up around the eyes, 2-1. Two-one pitch is a slider taken for a cold strike 2.
Oh, and when he's got that slider going good, it can be explosive at the end.
Swung on and chopped towards first. And Cantu will take this one to the bag by himself, and that ends the inning. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. The Reds lead it 2-0. Chris Coughlin will stand in to lead things off as the Marlins look to get things started here in their half of the 6th. Good heat there from Volquez. It's 0-1.
And let's see if he can maybe get a little offense going.
And now a right-hander's begun to loosen up in the Cincinnati bullpen.
And a fastball that misses badly there. It's 1-1.
And all this good work on the mound so far can be undone with 1 bad inning. So focus needs to be sharp right here.
Come on, next one, man.
And he lays off this one down and in for ball 2.
Well, here's where that old phrase, a walk is as good as a hit, really applies. Just get on somehow.
Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he lays off again, ball 3.
And one thing you don't want to do is walk the leadoff guy and give the Marlins a base runner.
And that one misses, so the leadoff man will head down to first on ball 4 to start the bottom of the 6th.
And it's deep breath time out on the mound now. Not only will he kick himself for walking the leadoff guy, but also he just walked the fastest guy in a 10-mile radius. Not what he wanted to do.
Now batting.
Jorge Cantu will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And a fastball, very easy to lay off that one. It's ball one.
And this is the section of the lineup that really needs to start doing something here.
A runner at first with no outs here. And Cantu won't offer it that one either. It's 2-0.
6 straight now out of the zone here to start this inning.
And there's ball 3.
Make it 7 straight.
That one's in there, 3-1.
And now this becomes a big pitch, especially when you're struggling with command.
Now a swing and a ground ball to third. And that's past the diving infielder for a base hit.
And he's really going to have to batten down the hatches here and try to weather this storm. He's still got the lead to work with, but this inning's not going to get any easier from here.
Hanley Ramirez will stride in. He singled in his last plate appearance. Now a hard liner, but this will be a foul ball. Now a fastball off the plate away, a ball and a strike.
And one pitch can undo all the good work he's done earlier in the ball game, so be careful here.
Swing and a miss, and it's a ball and 2 strikes here.
And he's given him 3 straight fastballs, but it could very well be the curveball they call on here.
And this is near the line, but foul wide of first. Here's one that barely misses off the inside corner, 2-2.
Then again, maybe not.
And this is swung on and missed that time by Ramirez, a strikeout victim, and there's one away.
Oh, and just a great pitch here on 2-2. That changeup just bottoms out right there. Very tough to do anything with that.
Dan Ugla will stand in. First pitch to him. strike called at the knees, 0-1.
Third time through the lineup for these guys now, and they haven't done a whole lot to this point.
Fouled back. And now here's a ball grounded foul over toward third. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Another 0-2 coming. In the dirt, but Ramon will quickly get on this one. And now Volquez up to 77 pitches for his outing so far. Now a ball swung on and hit high in the air and deep to left center field. This ball has a chance. Leaps high at the wall as he makes the catch. And he took away extra bases right there. And they are on the board as the run scores from second to make this a 2-1 game now.
Well, that was either fantastic base running or just inept defense. How do you score from second on a sacrifice fly?
Cody Ross will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. First pitch coming. Up and in here as he had to bend out of danger.
Well, sometimes you got to do this to keep that guy off the plate.
And, looked like a definite pitcher's pitch there on the inside, 1-1.
And we've seen he's been pretty consistent calling that low strike.
Good change of speeds, but he lays off 2-1.
And now that the shutout's gone, if he's not careful, his win could go out the window with it.
Swing and a high pop drifting into foul territory. And no problems over there for Votto as that'll end the inning. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. We're through 6 full. Reds out in front, 2-1. Time for another look at the scoreboard tonight, as this time we check the action in the American League.
Leading off for the Reds,
Edinson Volquez will lead it off here in the top of inning number 7. And the first pitch is bounced on the ground to Ramirez at short. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Well, you always love to start an inning against the opposing pitcher, but you doubly love it when he makes a first pitch out. That's the best of both worlds there.
Drew Stubbs will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Now ball hit toward third, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. And there's ball one.
Strike.
And there's ball two now.
Stubbs waits on the 2-1.
And this ball will be chopped foul. Too high, ball three. We're in the seventh inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. And he takes ball four, so a good job of running the count full and then coaxing out the pass.
Setting up at the knees that time on 3-2. Let's see how close this thing actually was. Pretty close, but that looked like the right call.
So a runner at first now with one away, and that'll bring in the fine young first baseman, Joey Votto. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? Ramirez on to Cantu, and it's a double play, and the inning is over. None left for Cincinnati. They lead it 2-1. John Baker get another shot. He hit into a double play his last time. Now the first pitch. In there, 0-1.
And now, just in the first week of the season, I don't think they'll have him working more than 7 innings. This might be it.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. And he takes strike two.
And pitch counts here always a big factor, more so here in the first few weeks of the season.
Just did get a piece of that one, so he stays alive here. And they'll try to bounce a curveball on 0-2, but he holds back. It's 1-2 now.
Oh, and he's just had that pitch dancing all night long.
Now a swing and an easy fly ball out toward right center. Bruce is camped under this one, and he puts it away for the first down.
Well, a good start to the inning there, and more importantly, an economical one as you check out his pitches by inning. Anything would be an improvement over last inning, so that's a good first step there.
Wes Helms will stride in, grounded out his last time through. First pitch on the way. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1.
Up to 88 pitches now, but it looks like he's still got plenty in the tank.
Come on, Marlins!
In there, and it's 0-2 now.
Gotta turn him loose now.
take something off, but it's 1-2 now.
Oh, great pitch on 0-2. That's not an easy take.
Now a swing and a miss on a pitch well out of the strike zone as he becomes the second out.
And that's how he's gotten it done. He's fooled these hitters much of the night and then overpowered them when he's needed to. There's another example right there.
Cameron Maben will dig in, 0 for 2 thus far. And this is taken outside for ball 1.
Well, there's still a long ways to go in the season, so I'm a little surprised they've let him go as long as they have.
Fastball in there for a strike, 92 on the radar gun that time. Now a swing and an easy ground ball to first. On to the bag with it himself is Votto, and the inning is over. Nothing doing here this half. 8th inning coming up. It's the Reds 2 and the Marlins 1. Scott Rowland, who get the first chance here in the inning for the Reds. After him comes Jay Bruce. And he starts him out with, well, it looked like a strike, but it's ruled a ball, 1-0.
And no easy task here to start the 8th. He'll have to go right through the heart of the order.
Nothing to worry about here. We got him.
Takes a good swing, but this will be a foul ball. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
And he's just throwing darts now. They have not been able to pick him up.
Just does stay alive as this is fouled back. He'll try again, 1-2. Misses, ball 2.
Into his 3rd inning now. You wonder if his effectiveness will start to drop a bit.
Come on.
And here's a fastball that he takes the other way out to fairly deep right. Ross is there, and he makes the catch for the out. Time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our 2 starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown 9 have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. Jay Bruce will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. And this pitch just about saws him off as he can't get extended at all. It's strike 1.
Hard to get extended on those. That just locked him up.
Here it comes. And Bruce can't come up with that one as he swings through it for strike 2.
And this has been a well-played ball game. No errors on either side.
Tries the slider to ring him up, but he lays off 1-2.
Wow, and you can bet he was saving that pitch. Good job to lay off.
Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. And this is swung on and missed. 2 are quickly retired to start inning number 8.
And he just continues to make it look easy out there since coming into the ball game. There's his line, 2 2/3 hitless innings so far. That's tough to argue with.
Orlando Cabrera will get another crack, 1 for 3 thus far.
Strike him out.
First pitch coming. Swing and a miss as he was way in front of that one.
And he is certainly justifying the manager's faith to leave him in there in the 8th. He's really shutting them down so far.
Fastball that time is nowhere close, and it's even at 1-1.
And at the very least, that'll give you something to think about up there.
And this is fought off at the plate as it's chopped foul. And he just manages to stay alive here as he fights this one foul. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Two out, nobody on. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full.
And now on 3-2, let's see if he gets a fastball here.
Now the 3-2 pitch. And this one misses here. A close pitch on 3-2, but Clyde Washington rules it ball 4.
And he'll be kicking himself a bit here. He had him 1-2 and then lost him. That's where you really need to finish guys off.
Ramon Hernandez will step in, a ground-out victim as last time. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1.
Boy, and you've got to like the drama of a low-scoring game where every pitch means something.
And here's a fastball called for strike 2.
No taking now. He's going to have to swing the bat.
A look at Cabrera, now the pitch. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. Two out with the man at first. And a tough pitch on 2 strikes as he's able to foul it off. One-two pitch is swung on and lifted in the air out to center field. And Maben will look this one into the glove, and the inning is over. Reds leave 1 as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Jose Arredondo will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season. Brian Barton will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run.
6, Brian Harden.
And a fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0.
Almost too bad the starter had to leave. He'd retired 6 in a row.
Here's a ball swung on and lofted in the air out toward right center. And this is taken in out there by Bruce for the first out. Chris Coughlin will dig in. He walked and later scored last time.
Hit that ball.
And he gets ahead 0-1.
And this crowd really hasn't been much of a factor here to this point.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
And man, has that been a good pitch for him tonight.
Fastball hit on the ground is short. Oh, and it eats him up. And the throw will be too late as he can't recover in time. So chalk that one up as an E6, and he really can't believe it out there. So a runner at first now with one away, and standing in the dangerous first baseman, Jorge Cantu. Hit hard but foul. Oh, this is hit to third. Will it be 2? To second for 1. On to Votto, a double play, and that ends the inning. Marlins down quietly. They're down 2-1. Brian Sanchez will come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign. Aaron Miles will get us started as they look for a little insurance here in the top of the ninth. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike.
And this guy's double earlier in the ball game has been their only extra base hit so far.
Spins and pulls this one down the line at first. And Cantu will just step on the bag himself for the out. If you're wondering who's due up in the bottom of the ninth, there you go. The heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5 in what is currently a 1-run ball game. Lance Nix will stride in, grounded out his last time through. And now here's a ball grounded foul over toward third. Now ball hit toward third, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Pitch on the way. Now a slider that swung on and hit in the air out toward left. Coughlin there to grab it as that becomes out number 2.
And they may have been shading him towards the alley a bit, so he has to cover a lot of ground to get to this thing. But he's able to run it down just inside the foul line.
Josh Anderson will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty. Now here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1, 0-1.
And he's had a high strike zone all night, so even if you're on the bench, you got to know that.
Here we go. Come on, guys.
Not cheated on that swing, but the splitters by him 0-2.
And when you've got 4 or 5 pitches that are major league quality, that's a lot to worry about at the dish.
And he just does manage to fight this one off as it's fouled away.
Come on, fire up past it.
Struck him out, so it remains a 1-run lead as they head in for their final set of swings. So they go quietly here in this half inning. Heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5 will get their shot in the bottom of the 9th. The Reds are on top, 2-1. Call to the bullpen here as the right-hander Francisco Cordero will try to close this one out.
Now pitching for the Reds, number 48, Francisco.
Hanley Ramirez will step in, 1 for 2 in the ballgame. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate here as that misses.
And he won't get any breaks here on the mound. He'll have to run through the 3, 4, and 5 hitters if he wants to earn this save.
Now a ball hit high in the air over toward the right side. There to take it is Votto, and there's one gone.
Obviously still very early in the season, but he's yet to give up a run so far. So as a pitcher, you want to keep that clean sheet as long as possible, and he's got the first out of the inning here.
Dan Ugla will stand in, 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch is a slider called for a strike. Cordero trying to make a winner out of Edinson Volquez here. And he takes this one high, 1-1.
And he's not going to swing at borderline pitches. He knows what his assignment is.
And a foul ball straight back. The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2.
And now's where I think you have to sit changeup and react fastball.
This one sinks low and a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
And they obviously want to work him away, as that's 3 straight on the outside part of the plate.
Here's the full count offering. And he lays off ball 4. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
And you'd like to think your closer would be able to avoid the base on balls, but with one away, that gives these guys renewed hope.
Cody Ross will step in with the tying run on first, so he's got to concentrate and work on getting on base here. And he lays off a fastball. Looked good, but it's 1-0.
Got to make sure you cut down the gaps here and avoid the extra base hit if at all possible.
And this one's on the inside corner, 1-1.
And when you're down 2-1 late in the ball game, you need to make every at-bat count.
And he shoots this one to first. And a sliding effort there, but he can't get a glove on it. A base hit.
Oh, this is beautiful here. This is getting in a pitcher's head. They bust him in with a fastball in the last pitch, so now he's thinking, I know they're going to go away with something else. And sure enough, he just outsmarted him there.
And now with the possible tying run at second here, we're going to have a pinched runner as they try to get a little more speed out there. John Baker will get a shot now with the tying run in scoring position and the possible winning run over at first with one away. On a good live fastball that time from Cordero as he gets ahead here. No balls and a strike.
Boy, it feels like no one sat down since about the 7th inning.
Good changeup, and it's 0-2.
And you know he's thinking this would be a good time for my first hit of the ball game.
That's a setup pitch right there, 1-2.
And the one piece of good news here, this guy's a double play waiting to happen.
And a swing as he pulls this one into right. That's in there, base hit.
Getting closer to tying this ball game. A one-out single moves that tying run up 90 feet to third base. He didn't want to try to risk running on that outfielder's arm.
Arthur Rhodes will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far. Brett Carroll will come on now and pinch run here. Wes Helms will have a shot to be the hero as he's got the possible tying run at third and the winning run at second here.
fastball in there for a called strike.
Boy, and he's just walked into a hornet's nest here. This is not going to be easy.
And now a right-hander's begun to loosen up in the Cincinnati bullpen. Ball one.
I don't think anyone's taken a breath in the last 5 minutes.
Target from Ramon, now the 1-1. Here's a ball hit pretty well and carrying to deep right. Bruce is there, and that should be deep enough to score the run. And that's going to be a sac fly and an RBI as he scores from third.
You'd love a base hit in that situation, but this is probably the next best thing, as this ball's deep enough to get that tying run home.
Cameron Maben will stand in needing a 2-out hit to win this one, although a pass ball or a wild pitch would do the trick just as well. Here's the first pitch. Now a slider is swung on and lifted into shallow center field. Stubbs is there now to put this one away for the third out as they'll strand that potential go-ahead run at third base. So this game will not end here in the bottom of the ninth as they push across the equalizer, and we're right back where we started from. 10th inning coming up, and we are tied 2-2. Emilio Bonifacio will stay in the ballgame now as he comes on to play second here.
Number 1, Emilio Bonifacio.
Brett Carroll will stay in the ballgame as he'll likely do the catching from here out. Drew Stubbs will try again, 0 for 3 thus far. And a good fastball here as he pops him up back behind second base. Bonifacio is there to put this one away, and it's a very quick start to extra frames. 1 pitch and 1 out. Joey Votto will get another shot. He hit into a double play his last time. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0.
Still no home runs in the ballgame on either side of the scorecard.
On the way. And I was about to call this a strike, but apparently not. It's 2-0.
And long about now, he's got to understand he's not going to get that call.
Swing here on 2-0 as this is in the air out to straightaway center. Maben is there now, and he has it, 2 gone.
And this is exactly what you want. A quick inning here in the top of the 10th. You want to get right back to hacking so you can shift the pressure into the other dugout.
Scott Rowland will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Now a slider in the dirt. Good block by the catcher there.
And this is a guy that loves the moment on the mound. He lives for this.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a bouncing ball behind second. There to take it is Bonifacio. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Nothing across here this half of the inning. So one will win it here as we go to the bottom of inning number 10. and we are tied 2-2. New pitcher set to go now, as it's a former Rule 5 guy. Right-hander Jared Burton gets the call.
Your attention, please. Now catching number 25, Brett Carroll.
Ronnie Paulino is going to come in and pinch hit here, as he's the potential winning run here in the bottom half of inning number 10. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes.
And this is the 5th pitcher they've used in the ball game, so that bullpen's getting awfully lonely down there.
Good cut fastball in there. 1-1. Now the 1-1. Swing and a ball bounced back up the middle. And Miles will throw on to first, and there's out number 1.
That's a tough play for a second baseman going to his right. He knows he's got to stay down on the ball, so he makes a sliding stop there and pops to his feet to throw the man out. Nicely done.
Chris Coughlin will try again. 0 for 3 thus far. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Lays off the slider. Don't know quite where that missed, but it's 1-0.
And worth pointing out that they're burning through their bullpen here in Game 1 of this series. That could affect them the rest of the week.
Let's go fishing, Marlins!
Now a swing and a ball grounded foul off to the right side. And he took something off of it there. It's 1-2. One out, nobody on. Swing and a bullet to the right side. In there, a base hit.
And there's your winning run on first with 1 out in the inning. A ball in the gap could be a game winner, but you have to figure this next guy is going to get a steady diet of pitches down in the zone.
Jorge Cantu will step in. 1 for 4 in the ballgame. Lays off 1-0.
Boy, and they would love a double play ball right here.
Comes back with the cutter and gets it by him. 1-1 now. Swinging a ground ball towards the middle. One there. Back to first. It's a double play, and we've got more baseball coming our way as the inning is over. No runs on a hit, no errors, and no one left. And we'll have to cancel those dinner reservations, partner. 11th inning coming up, and we are tied 2-2. Jose Veras will come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign. Jay Bruce will try and get something started here in the top half of inning number 11.
Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing.
And he gets a piece of this one to foul it toward the backstop. Now here's the pitch. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands.
And this is one of those guys that can break a tie with one swing of the bat.
And this one misses to Bruce as he moves out in front. It's 2-1.
Oh, man, this is past my bedtime. I can't believe these fans are still here.
Goes the other way as this is lined to left. And that's going to be a base hit for Bruce. And now it'll rattle up against the wall. The relay. But he'll be in there with a double.
And a great start to the 11th here as that leadoff double puts the possible go-ahead run into scoring position with nobody out.
Runner at second now. Nobody out. And here's the fine shortstop, Orlando Cabrera. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
And in the 11th inning now, you've got to move that runner up to third here any way you can.
Come on, nail it!
Breaking ball. That's in the dirt as he takes a ball.
And some tense moments now here in the 11th.
Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with nobody out. Fastball called strike, 1-2.
In a game like this, every play is big, every pitch is big.
And now here's a ball grounded foul over toward third. And here's a swing and a miss from Cabrera as he's set down on strikes, and there's one away.
Really would have liked to at least get that go-ahead run to third base there with one out. Good pitching, though, keeps him right where he is.
Ramon Hernandez will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one.
And we are right on the teetering point in this ball game. Each at-bat could be a make or break now.
Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with one away. Now a swing and a hard hit ball back through the box. And that's through into center field, base hit. And the go-ahead run will score from second as they've taken the lead here in the late going.
Well, if you want to win an extra inning game, it's usually all about getting the key hit. And that may very well be the one that does it right there.
Burke Badenhop will come on and make his fourth appearance in this campaign. Aaron Miles will step in, 1 for 4 in the ballgame. Ball 1. Runner goes for second. Now a swing and a ground ball. A dive, but it's
Valuable weapon when you can spot the fastball down there.
and this one runs a little too far in, ball 2.
I think maybe you need to throttle back a little here. Take a little off. Make sure you can get it in there.
Opposite field to left, and that's in there, base hit. And a big RBI there as the run scores from second to make this a 2-run game now.
Well, you talked about it a minute ago. You can never have too many runs in the extra innings, Dave. And that good-sized lead you talked about just got even bigger.
Ryan Hennigan will step in now.
Number 29, Ryan Hennigan.
Just off the outside, and it's 1-0.
And a tough spot here for a right-handed pinch hitter coming in to face a right-hander on the mound.
The 1-0 pitch. Swing, hot shot to the left side. That's in there, base hit. Now the relay home. And he's going to get in there at the plate to make it a 5-2 lead now.
Well, they just continue to pour it on here in the top half. Nothing like building up a good-sized lead here before you have to go out and try to close this thing out.
Raniel Pinto is out from the bullpen now as he'll be making his first appearance of this young season. Drew Stubbs will try and erase his 0 for 4 in the ballgame. Here's the first offering. Now a swing and a bouncing ball toward the hole. Dive, but it's just past his outstretched glove for a base hit.
And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Well, they just continue to pour it on here in the top half. Nothing like building up a good-sized lead here before you have to go out and try to close this thing out.
Joey Votto will try and erase his 0 for 4 in the ballgame. In there at the knees, strike 1.
And you'd think for all the offense these guys have put together, he'd be an integral part of it. Not tonight, though.
Looks like a left-hander up and throwing now in that Marlins bullpen.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Now ball hit toward third, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Slider, good 2-strike pitch, but it misses 1-2.
And they have pretty much been able to completely neutralize his power so far.
On the ground now for Bonifacio. This could be 2. There's 1. On to Cantu, and it's a double play, and the inning is over. So it's 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. One last shot here as we go to the bottom of the 11th now. Reds lead this one 6-2. Carlos Fisher will be the new pitcher.
Number 46, Carlos Fisher.
Hanley Ramirez will get us going now in the home half of the 11th. And, not quite sure what was wrong with that one, but it's 1-0.
Boy, tough call to get on your first pitch of the ball game. He's thinking that was a strike in the bullpen.
Swinging a high chopper. And the throw to first is in time, 1 gone. Emilio Bonifacio will dig in here. And this is hit to the right side, but it'll wind up foul down the line at first. And now a pitch on the way. Swinging a soft liner toward short, taken by Cabrera. Throw beats him by a half a step. He almost beat that out.
1 out away from wrapping this one up now. I think this one's all over but the shouting.
Cody Ross will try again. 2 for 4 in the ballgame. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. Bruce is there to make the catch, and with that, the ball game is over.
Good job here to finish this one off in the opener of this series. It's always good for your club's psyche to get that first game under your belt when you're playing a 4-game series.
Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Matt, that was 7 strong innings for him, and it's always good when you can get your starter to take you deep into the ball game, and he got the bullpen to finish things out for him.
So that'll wrap things up here tonight. For Dave Campbell, Rex Hudler, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB 10 The Show. For even more, join us on the web at MLB10theshow.com. The Reds win this one 6-2. Highlights from this 11-inning affair are coming up next. Now for all of us at the show, good night, everybody.